What's up, y'all? I'm Jim Ansel. This is Real Deal Outdoors. We're about to unbox this month's mystery tackle box. All right, so before we get started, I want to thank Mystery Tackle Box for sponsoring this video. If you guys have never heard of Mystery Tackle Box before, they're a great monthly service. They send tackle right to your door every single month. You know, they handpick a lot of different lures. Most of it's going to be stuff that you might not pick up for yourself at the tackle shop. You know, it's a really great way for anglers, whether you're a new angler or somebody who's been at it for a long time, to step outside of your comfort zone. They're going to send you a lot of brands that maybe you haven't heard of before. You're going to be able to learn new techniques. You know, as anglers, we've got a tendency to get in a rut. We use certain baits that we have confidence in, and we use those baits time and time again. Oftentimes, we'll neglect a lot of the other stuff that's on the market. This is a great way for you guys to break that cycle. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I'd love to help you guys out. There's a link down in the description. You can head over to that link to the Mystery Tackle Box website. That's going to get you guys a discount if you're a first-time subscriber. You'll get your first box for as little as 10 bucks. There's no obligation. You can cancel this thing at any time if you want to. But I'm pretty confident that you guys are going to love this service. So definitely head on over there and check that out. I've loved it since I've started getting these boxes. It's just been a lot of fun. Also, if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure you head down there and subscribe. Also, hit that little bell that's next to the subscribe button. That's going to give you guys a notification anytime that I post new content. And if you're somebody who loves to see what's in your mystery tackle box before you get it, you're one of those people that's like me, you can't wait for the surprise. I do these unboxings every month, so you can come back here and see what you're going to get every month. All right, well, let's get to what you guys are here for. Let's rip into this box, see what they sent for us this month. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's see what we got in this month's box. All right, and here it is. All right, so the first thing that we're going to come to in here is, looks like we got a nice little crankbait here from Lucky Craft. All right, and this little guy is called the Silent Fat BDS crankbait. It looks like just a really tiny square bill. Let's flip this guy over to the back and we'll see what it says. All right, so it says it's a floating bait. We got a crawl color here, of course. It dives 1 to 2 feet, and it's 1/4 ounce. I think it says here it's 1 3/4 inch long. So it's a really tiny crankbait, guys. I like tiny crankbaits like this. You can catch a lot of different species. You can catch a lot of different size fish on these things. Anything from the really little fish to lunkers. But I've always had pretty decent luck with these tiny kind of crankbaits like this. I like them. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pull this guy out of the package and we'll give you guys a little bit of closer look at it. So there you go. Not very big at all. Very, very compact. And we'll kind of switch angles here too. I'll give you guys another little look at it here from a bit of a different angle. So yeah, not a bad looking bait at all. I think this guy is gonna work really well for us. I love this color. This probably would have done a little bit better for us in the springtime. It's got that nice bright red and orange crawl pattern on it. And that tends to work really well during the springtime. But I think it's gonna work just as well for us right now. This will work out pretty well in some of those ponds that I like to fish that have thicker grass that's a little closer to the bottom. Since this only dives about 1.5 feet, it's not gonna dive way down there and get stuck in all that mess. So I think this is gonna work out really well for me. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a really nice little bait. I think it's gonna catch some fish for us, guys. So let's move on along, see what else we got this month. All right, next thing that I see in this box, we've got another crank here. And this is from Jenko Fishing. This guy is called the CD2 Square Bill Crankbait, and it looks like we got a sexy shad pattern here. Yeah, the color says gizzard shad here. So this is a pretty nice looking little crank. I think I've gotten one of these in a mystery tackle box before, actually. I think it was a different color pattern, but I believe it's the same crankbait. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, so I don't know whether or not it works real well. It looks like it would. It's a nice little square bill crank. Different size, different body style from the Lucky Craft that we just got. And I'll tell you guys what, man, I've gotten a lot of stuff from Jenko Fishing over the last couple of years in mystery tackle boxes. And I like all their lures. I like everything that I've gotten from them so far. So I don't see where this would be any different. Let's crack this guy open and we'll take a closer look at it. All right, yeah, it's got a really nice color pattern on it. Really digging that color. Yeah, just an all-around nice looking lure, guys. I'll switch camera angles here, give you guys another look at it from a different angle. All right, so there you guys go. It seems like it's got a pretty loud knocker inside, so that's going to work out real well for us. It's going to call those fish in from a distance, and it's going to help us out a lot in muddy water too. They love those knockers. in muddy water. And it's a one knocker. It's a one knocker. So it's not like a rattle trap where you've got a lot of BBs in a BB chamber. It sounds like a one knocker, and it's really, really loud. So that's going to work out really well for us, I think. You can see it's got the square bill. Pretty cool lure, guys. And it's got that sexy shad color pattern. That thing is going to work really well for us. I like the sexy shad pattern. It's one of those patterns that works all over the place, and it works pretty much year round for me. So yeah, there you guys go. I think that's going to work really well for us. Nice little hard bait. 2 hard baits so far this month. That's really cool. Couple of crankbaits. I like that. I like getting multiple hard baits in a box. All right, and let's move on and see what else we got going on here. All right, 'tis the season for these. Next thing we've got here is a Poppin Frog, and this is from a company called Blitz Lures. Now I've had a couple of different frogs from Blitz Lures in the past. I really love their Buzz Frog. Now Buzz Frog's got a couple of kicking legs on the back that buzz across the surface when you retrieve it, and it works really well. I tell you what, I really like these Poppin Frogs. I've always been a big fan of poppers. It's one of my favorite lures, and I hate that with those treble hooks hanging down, you can't cast that thing up into the nasty stuff. You can't get it into the thick muck, but you can with these. So it's like having a popper up in that thick slop. And that's where the big fish like to hang out, guys. So these things work really well for me. Now you would use it kind of like a traditional frog when you're dragging it across the top of a grass mat or something like that. But when you come to a hole in that mat, you can pop this thing and it triggers strikes like crazy. I've caught many a fish on these Poppin Frogs. All right, so let's open this guy up and we'll see what we've got going on here. All right. So like I said, it's a Poppin Frog. You're gonna see we've got the concave mouth here. You're also gonna see it's got the same kind of weight system as the Buzz Frog has. That's gonna help make sure that your bait stays upright, which is great. It's got a nice solid set of hooks here on it. Those are gonna work out real well for us. And we've got more of a traditional frog color pattern on this guy. So let me give you guys another look here. All right, so here y'all go. There's a good look at the underbelly of it and that weight system that it's got. And really nice little color pattern. Like I said, it's got that more traditional frog color pattern. Got your concave mouth going on there. So this is going to be a great lure, guys. And it seems really super soft. That's something that I liked about the Buzz Frogs, is that the bodies were very soft. And you're getting this with this lure as well. That's going to make for easier hook sets, and it's going to feel more natural to the fish when they bite down on it. So that's going to work out really well for us. Now, one thing I'll say that you might want to do is take these hooks and bend them out a little bit from the body, because they do hug the body real closely. That sometimes can impede your hook sets. It's good for dragging it through cover. It's good for dragging it through muck and stuff like that, but you're going to want to bend those out a little bit for an easier hook set. So all right, guys, that is the Poppin Frog from Blitz Lures, and it looks like it's going to be a winner. So let's move on along. We got a couple more things in this month's box that we're going to take a look at here. Got our paperwork here. We always get this in Mystery Tackle Box. I stopped going over that. It's just kind of redundant to do every month, but all right, let's see. We've got the Thunderhawk mouse head grass jig. All right, so we got a cool jig here. This is one of the ones that I did a video for Mystery Tackle Box this month, and it looked really good in the tank. This lure's got a really cool looking head on it, and I'll show you guys some footage of that right now. It's got this mouse looking head. It's a really unique shaped head. It looks like it's gonna come through grass really well. You know, the size that we got here is a 1/4 ounce. And let's see, anything else back here? Our color is white chartreuse. So yeah, there you guys go, man. This is one of those lures I can't really say much about. I mean, it's a jig, guys. It's a grass jig. It's a swim jig. So what I like to do with these is I'll put a soft plastic swim bait on here, something like the BioSpawn Exo Swim. That works really well. And I just swim it around sparse vegetation. I swim it around grass mats and stuff like that. And I'll tell you what, I'll take it out of the pack so you guys can get a closer look. So yeah, there you guys go. Here's that crazy head I was telling you about. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys a different angle. Yeah, there you go. So it's got that mouse looking head. It's got a nice weed guard on there. It's a little stiff, the weed guard is. Typically I like my weed guard to be a little bit less stout than that. That way it doesn't impede with a hook set. But I think this will work out just fine. And you see that real pretty white chartreuse skirt. And also you'll see here we got a nice bait keeper. All right, that's gonna make sure that your bait stays pinned. Yeah, so there you guys go. Pretty nice little jig. That's gonna work out real well for you guys in some of that grass cover. Yeah, the way that head is shaped is perfect for coming through grass and stuff. So that's gonna work out real well for us, guys. All right, let's move on along. We don't have much left, just a couple things in here. All right, next up what we've got here, this is a soft plastic. This is called the Mack Craw, and it's from Bruiser Baits. Really good company, man. I've gotten a lot of stuff from Bruiser Baits and Mystery Tackle Box over the last couple of years, and I like all their soft plastics, man. They're nice and solid. So I'm expecting this is gonna be really good as well. It's a pretty neat looking color. Trying to see what the color of it is here, actually. It's like a root beer kind of a color, I guess. We'll pop this thing open so you guys can get a closer look at the lure. Here we go. Got a nice thick body back here. A nice meaty body is gonna make sure that it stays up on your hook, stays on your jig, whatever you're using this on. And we've got some claws up here that are semi-flanged. They've got some flanges on them. I didn't get to try this out in a test tank, so I can't tell you whether or not they flutter real well or not, but it looks like they're gonna flutter pretty well. Then you got a couple of extra appendages on either side of the bait here. Those are just gonna add for a little more wiggle, a little bit more action. So yeah, guys, all in all, pretty nice little crawl bait. I'll give you guys another look over here on the other camera angle. All right, so there you guys go. Get a good look at those pincers. All right. That nice, thick, meaty body. It's gonna stay on the hook really well, I think. And you can see these pincers too, they're nice and flanged. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a lot of kick out of these things. All right, so that's the Mack Craw from Bruiser Baits. Pretty cool little soft plastic, guys. I think that's gonna work out real well for us. It's gonna be a good trailer for your jigs and stuff. Let's move on. We got one more thing in here, and that's gonna be our terminal tackle for the month. And this month we got a couple of Ultralock soft plastic hooks from Mustad. These look like extra wide gap worm hooks. These are gonna come in handy, guys. I'd say every single month. Terminal tackle is one of those things that I go through like water. I go through it like nobody's business, and the fact that they send me terminal tackle every month so that I can top the box off, that's awesome. It's something that I always need. So also, when you get your soft plastics in the box, and they almost always send soft plastics in the box, you have something to get up and running right out of the box with. So that works out really well too. And that's gonna do it for this month's box, guys. All right, so there y'all go. We got some pretty good stuff in the box this month. Got a couple of nice hard baits in there. Always love getting those lucky craft baits, man. We also got a nice topwater frog, and it's a Poppin Frog, which I really like. I've always been a big fan of poppers. I hate that you can't throw them in thick vegetation because that's where you're always gonna find those big lunkers. But with these frogs, you can do that. You can actually throw these in the thick vegetation. And when you come to like a little hole in the vegetation, you can pop that frog across the hole. I get a lot of bites that way. But there was some other good things in there, man. We got a jig, we got some soft plastics, we got some terminal. Always love getting my terminal tackle. MTB usually does a pretty good job of covering all the bases. Well, all right, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That helps me out a lot with YouTube. We're growing this channel right now, so any little bit helps. Also, like I said at the beginning, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Then make sure you hit that little bell. That's gonna let you guys know anytime that I post a new video. Finally, head down in the comments section, drop me a comment, man. Let me know what your favorite bait was out of this month's box, or tell me what you got in your box. There's a few different variants of boxes rolling around out there, and we don't always get the same stuff, so it's cool to hear what other people got too. Well, as always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Hope you all are staying healthy. Tight lines until next time.